Hello everyone, and welcome. We're back at the cabin. I left Lucy home today because it's just a bit too cold for her. Right now it's about -5 Celsius, works out to about 22 Fahrenheit. But the wind is supposed to pick up this afternoon, and we're supposed to be getting wind chills around -12, -14, and that's just too cold for her. It's okay if I've got the stove in the cabin, but I'm opening up the cabin wall today. I want to get it done. I'm only out here for the day, but I'm hoping to get it all done before I leave. Problem with that is there's a whole lot of work and not a whole lot of time. Luckily, I have most of the stuff I need cut and inside the cabin. I'm going to bust out my saw. I'm going to go get the other log that I found last week that I need. I'm going to strip it. I'm going to cut it. And once I open up the cabin and start tying, that's going to be it for that. I'm opening, I'm tying, and then I'm done. Then all I'm going to have to do is figure out what I'm going to do for my door. I have a few ideas, but we'll see what happens. We got a little bit of snow this week. Yesterday we got just a little bit of rain, so it froze and it made a nice little crust. But I don't want to shovel the whole cabin again. I don't have time for that. I'm going to go get my shovel. I'm going to clean the fire pit just a bit, light the fire, clean around the cabin, go get that log, and see if we can get it all done today. I got a lot to do today, and only a short while to do it. So to make this fire just a little easier, I brought a pull start fire. Wrap the green end around a log. I put a small knot in it just to shorten the cord. Now, you just take the red cord and it breaks. Perfect. Oh, so much for quick and easy. Can you see how short that cord is? Here goes nothing. And that's the problem with some of those gimmicky fire starters. They should use a much stronger cord than that. Now that the fire's lit, this time I brought along the Silky Katanaboy because I know I got to go get that log and I want to make quick work of it. I grab my axe. Let's go for a walk and go get that log. So here's that log I spotted last week. It's fairly solid. Snapped off at the top. It's dead. So I think what I'm going to do first is get this little branch out of the way. Now, let's hope it doesn't twist and fall on the camera. Well, that's okay. A nice slow fall is perfect. And down she goes. First thing I'm going to do is set up the tripod, start boiling some water so I can make a cup of tea. Now once that's boiling, I can make a pot of tea, leave it off to the side, and then I can have a warm cup of tea whenever I need it. Whew! They said it was going to be cloudy today. All day. No sun at all. But every now and then that sun peeks out, and boy, does it get warm. Well, I guess the first thing I got to do is square off this end. That's not so bad. I've got my draw knife. Take the sheath off it. Oh, there's a nice little nub. Take that off with the axe. Now, according to what I measured last week, I should only need maybe 2. But I've got a few of them there that are very crooked. So I think if I can get a few extras, because I've got plenty of log here, I'll replace those crooked ones. Now, I understand that these logs are not 100% perfectly solid. There is just a little bit of rot around the outside of them. They're just starting to get a little bit soft and punky. But with the draw knife, I can peel most of that off. And this is never meant to be a permanent structure. Obviously, if I was building a log home that I was going to live in, I would be a lot more picky about my logs. I wouldn't be using dead wood. This is just a play shack. Doesn't really matter what I use. Once it starts to fall apart too much, I yank it down, I build another. The fun is in the building anyway. Okay, back to work. Okay, so our water's at a boil. I'm gonna drop a couple of tea bags into that pot. I'm gonna raise that a little bit. Woo! When those handles sit in the flames, they tend to get warm. President's Choice hearty chicken noodle. Right there should be good. Done with the tape. I'll set that on the table. I'm done with the draw knife for today, I think. I'm going to put it back in its little sheath that I made. Now, some of you might recall when I came out here last fall to check on the cabin, I had a cover that went over my stove jack. It was pretty weather beaten. It was full of holes and falling apart. So I took a piece of plastic and some Gorilla Tape and I taped it to the Velcro and made the cover, hoping that it would at least last for a little while until I could fix it. Snow came early. I couldn't get in here. I couldn't come back to fix it. It survived the winter. When I was here for the overnighter last week and I went to take it off, the duct tape and plastic came off in my hands. The Velcro stayed there. So I brought the Velcro home and I took an old cotton canvas drop cloth, double stitched it all the way around, and then I used an old iron and I heated it up and I rubbed it down with wax, and I did that a few times. Now, that's not going to make it waterproof, but it will, however, make it water resistant. Look at the water just run right off of that. So before I finish opening up the cabin, I'm going to go back there. I'm going to clear off the stove jack and I'm going to install the cover and see if it works. Getting some of this frozen snow off of here so that I can get at the stove jack. When I did the initial repair last fall, I took a small piece of plastic and I taped it to the tarp. hoping that it would help protect it from the rain a little bit and the melting snow. Worked out perfect because last weekend when I had to take the cover home, I was able to pull the plastic over, and as you can see, everything was fine. So now, there's the Mother Nature we all know and love. Just about to pull the tarp off the front of the cabin. Starts to snow. I'm gonna grab all this stuff. I think I'm gonna just stick it inside the cabin where it'll stay dry. Starts to snow like mad. I run everything into the cabin. Snow slows down, sun comes out. Mother Nature sure loves to make us run, doesn't she? Well, Mother Nature or not, I'm opening this tarp and I'm trying to get this done today. Okay. Ow. Cabin's open. The logs have been cut. We've got just about everything we need. But I need to go check on that soup. I think I have all the logs I need cut. All I have to do now is put the X on them as I'm tying them. And to do that, because I brought the Katanaboy this time, I did not want to try and mark those X's with the Katanaboy. I brought the Gomboy. Very first Silky I ever bought. I think I've had this for 4 years now. It's been through a lot of trips. So once again, Canadian jam knot, or as I like to call it, the Andy jam, because I've tied so many of them building this shack. Simple knot. Another simple knot. Put your line through in the same direction that your tag end is coming from. And then pull it in tight. Oh, make sure your line is in at least part of your X. Then pull it tight. Then once I get the other side tied on, none of this will ever move. At least not until the line breaks or somebody cuts it. So that's basically going to be the process all afternoon. Tie a knot, tie a knot, tie a knot, cut an X, tie a knot. Keep going up, up and up and up. Now, I'm not going to be able to get at the door today. I'm just going to probably just tack that tarp back up again. But the plan I'm having for the door is I'm going to take a tarp, and I've got more of that cotton canvas at home. I'm going to fold the tarp with a piece of canvas in the middle, just to give it a little bit of extra weight. I'm going to sew a loop at the top that I can put a log through, and one at the bottom. And I will tie the top log to the top of the cabin, and then I'll just let it hang so that it comes down past the door. The door should be about 2 feet wide, and I'm going to make that tarp about 4 feet wide, so that'll give me about a foot on either side. That should block most of the wind from coming in. And soon the snow is going to melt, and the weather's going to warm up. And once that happens and the bugs come out, you can't come down here. There's no way. The mosquitoes and the black flies are just way too thick. That's why I use this place strictly for late fall and through the winter, whenever I can get here. Okay, so I'm going to tie a bit of this, and then that soup should be ready soon. And hopefully we can get it all done today. So far I got 3 logs tied, and it's only 1:45. So I don't foresee a problem of getting all those logs tied on today. Last weekend was daylight savings, so time sprung ahead an hour. So now it doesn't get dark until 7:30ish. So even if I have to stay a little bit later, I'll have light. I'll be able to. The little grill that we brought out here, and I usually leave it out here for the winter so that we can cook over the fire. Works great as a grill for cooking, and it also works great as a table. Nope, wrong lid. Oh yeah, handles are nice and cool to the touch. Don't need my gloves. Perfect. Ooh. Soup's nice and hot. So the last few times I've been out here, oh yeah, I start eating and the snow starts to fly. Perfect. Mother Nature at her best today. Sun comes out, I set up outside for lunch. The minute I start eating, it starts to snow. I get everything in here, I'm eating my lunch, sun comes out, it's beautiful. I get back to work, and it doesn't take long. Here comes the snow again. Well, wouldn't be the first time I worked in the snow. Like I said, I don't want to go home today. until this wall is up. And there's not that much left to do. Starting to take shape though. Oh. I got down to the cabin at about 11:25. So by the time I cut that log out back there and got it all ready, I'm not doing too bad. I might actually make it at a decent time. And of course, the minute I say I might make it at a decent time, the snow picks up even more. Someday I'm going to learn to stay quiet. That snow is really coming down. I'm going to stop for a minute or two and sit and have a cup of tea. Oh, it's getting a little crazy out there. The drive in on that logging road was interesting coming in. It was a little slick and still a little snow covered from the snow we got earlier this week. With this coming down, looks like the ride out is going to be really interesting too. Oh, we're not supposed to get a whole lot of it today. They said just a chance of flurries. But even just a light dusting on top of that ice road, that'll make things a little slickery. Well, now we'll go slow. We'll take our time. We'll make it out. Oh. I'm glad I made that full pot of tea though. Oh, whenever I start to get cold, I go and get just a little bit. Small little cup of tea, like just put a little bit in the bottom. Just enough to warm the fingers a little bit and warm the belly. Are we ready? About to tighten up the final knot. And the sun comes out just as I finish. Perfect. Wow. Can't believe the front wall is closed. I've been waiting for this for a long time. One thing left to do, measure the hole for the door, and then some point this week, I'm going to try and get the tarp ready so that when I come back, I just need to find 2 short logs and I'll be able to close off my door. So 4 feet by 5'5". Perfect. I'm going to try and get that done this week. It's not easy because I don't own a sewing machine. I don't know how to use a sewing machine. I stitch everything by hand. So if the project is too big, it takes me a little while. But I get it done. This is awesome. We're almost there. Well, I'm glad we've got the front wall up. That is pretty awesome. But now I think I'm going to pack up my gear, head out of here. It just stopped snowing 10 minutes ago and it looks like it's about to start again. So I'd rather get out of this road while I can see where I'm going. Guess I'm going to have to get to work this week and getting that tarp ready so that we can put a door on this thing, or at least a tarp door. Can't believe we're at this stage. It's been a long time coming. But I want to thank you all for joining me. It's always wonderful having you along. I enjoy having your company. And I'm thankful for everything you guys do. Subscribing, sharing the videos, hitting the like button. Everything helps. The channel's growing, slowly, but it's growing. We'll get there, one step at a time. So if you liked what you saw, go ahead and hit the like button. If you want to see more of it, hit the subscribe button. And if you're going to do that, you may as well hit the notification bell. It'll let you know whenever we put out a new video. Thanks for watching, and see you on the next one.